In the context of normalization of relations between the two countries, as a gesture of goodwill, Uganda withdrew charges against 9 Rwandans that were undergoing prosecution for various offenses, including, among others, unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition. On the 8th of January 2020, the 9 individuals were handed over to immigration authorities in the presence of the Rwandan High Commissioner to Uganda for repatriation back to Rwanda.
Will Uganda resolve the outstanding issues with Rwanda that led to the border closure? Possibly not. In a day's time, the two heads of state and their delegations will hold another meeting at the Gatuna border post.
So I hope it does. I hope it works. Because failure is costly to both sides. All governments need to recognize that. They've got unemployment, all of them. They've got plans for development, and they need stability. Because if there is intensified conflict, it scares away investors, it destabilizes trade. So anybody who really wants to ensure that they continue on the path that they choose to take in terms of development must work around the clock to ensure that there is stability between the neighbors.
But this is just like whether in that sense Rwanda is not trading against you. That's what I think. Because
no, in terms of trade, there is no way it can't be losing. You check out the figures. There is no way any two neighboring countries can shut down trade relations and they don't get affected. All of them would.
Because I think it's Uganda even in Uganda.
You can say maybe the trade balance, maybe one trades with the other more, but definitely there is a significant level. I don't have the figures with me, but there is no side that can come out unscathed.
This will be the third time Kagame and Museveni are meeting after 2 meetings in Luanda, Angola. The technical wing of the ad hoc committee, comprising of ministers of defense, internal affairs, intelligence and foreign affairs, have held talks to prepare ground for the historic meeting at Gatuna, which was the first border crossing to be closed barely a year ago. Such previous meetings in the capital Kampala did not yield much. The Kigali government stood ground on her demands. Prior to the forthcoming historic meeting at Katuna, which was the first border post to be closed, 2 meetings have been held. Kampala government has made attempts of good gesture to resolve the outstanding issues by releasing some of the incarcerated Rwandans. With the release of 13 more individuals, this brings the total number of the individuals to 22.
For us, we are doing what we hope that will be reciprocated and will lead to normalization of relations. We are not saying people are innocent. We are just saying we want to clear the way to normalize the relations.
Rwanda, in her demands, has previously indicated that there are more than 90 Rwandan nationals under detention in separate facilities in Uganda. If this is anything to go by, then it's part of the reasons why the borders may not open soon.
To fulfill the agenda of one person, so those people will be taken back in the first 100 days. I mean those Rwandese who are illegally here. Those ones who are illegally here, the Rwandese, the Sudanese, those Asians, we have those ones from Congo. So they will be taken back to their homes, to their home countries, and Ugandans will enjoy having jobs that they have been doing.
From just that point and this one,
Yes.
are you inspired by Ani?
No, I'm not. This is different. Let only the Asians, and I'm talking about all those foreigners who are here illegally. They must go back to their own countries. Ugandans are yearning for jobs because of those people who came as investors and they are selling chapat. They are selling some things in hardwares. They have opened up these retail shops. Just imagine someone who came as an investor. So those people who are just intruders, they just came in illegally, they have to go back.
Do you think exporting them, like the foreigners to their countries, will avail jobs to Ugandans?
Of course, because what they are doing, Ugandans can do that. And another thing, there is not any country where you just flock in and just come in, just like that, no. How can you assure any Ugandan that you are Ugandan? Is there any person who is assured of his citizenship here? Many people, they don't have national IDs, and some other, the foreigners, you will find that they have the IDs, they are here. So there is no assurance of citizenship.
Anything you want to communicate to your supporters?
To my supporters, it's only one thing, that they must be ready. We have built the capacity and we have told them what to do in case anyone wants to take away their victory, just raise up and fight that person. If the army raises like that, in this saying that we fought, we went to the bush. No, none of us sent you to the bush. We never asked you to go to the bush. So you shouldn't tell us every time we went to the bush, we went to the bush. So what? So Ugandans, just get ready. The victory is ours this time around.
Whereas Kigali, at the beginning of the impasse between the two East African Community partner states, attempted to deny the border closure, it was in the months that followed forced to admit, but with a barrage of accusations and demands from the regime in Kampala.
Uganda and Rwanda, it seems as if they have been making some progress. Our hope is that they continue putting effort in resolving the contradictions that they have had. Because the trade relations have been affected. There are many people who are trading with Rwanda. I believe there are many also in Rwanda who are trading with Uganda. Many of them are stuck. Like, for example, people who are supplying goods to Rwanda, cows, supplying maize, beans, milk, many products. They are now stuck. They have to reroute. Maybe they may be trying to look for new markets. Many were affected by this shutdown. I believe there are those who are trading with Uganda from Rwanda. They must also be suffering. So any government must concentrate on the livelihoods of its people. And trade is a very, very important factor. And none of the two countries is going to shift and go elsewhere. Permanently, they are just going to be retaining the same border. And both governments, at least from what they say, subscribe to integration process under East African Community. So they should work around the clock to resolve the contradictions and ensure that there is stability between the two countries and therefore stability in the whole region. It is needed by all countries. Any country which is underdeveloped, like all the 6 East African countries, one of the things they must concentrate on all the time is to ensure that there is stability so that focus is put on development.
They accused Kampala of hosting elements hostile to the Kigali government and the purported illegal incarceration of Rwandans who they demanded for release. Rwanda accuses Uganda for providing a safe haven to rebels under the Rwanda National Congress outfit and the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. RNC is a group led by prominent dissidents, among them Karumba Nyamwasa, who is based in South Africa. While the FDLR is another group of former Rwandan soldiers who fled into the DRC after the 1994 genocide. Whereas Uganda has released some of the Rwandan nationals held in detention in Uganda, there hasn't been at least a public handover of the purported rebels. This is a sticky matter Uganda has vehemently opposed, clearly saying they cannot be a host to the forces that threaten the stability of another state. If this is something the Kagame government so much believes in as true, and Uganda hasn't responded in the affirmative, then it's an issue that may seemingly hinder the positive outcome of the Gatuna border post meeting. With this, it awaits to see the outcome of the crisis that has affected people and businesses between the two partner states.